upstairs to P3, so you have good time to network more there and have, in a relaxed atmosphere, your lunch. But now, media roll. Alex.
Guys, let's give a round of applause to this lovely lady, Anita. Seriously, she's been busting her butt off for the past 2 days. Anna, do you want to come and join us on the panel? So first round of applause to Anna Tutova, from CEO of Cointelegram, guys. Woo! Number 2, Elias, blockchain author at Cointelegraph. Is he here? Yes, thank you so much. Round of applause. Cointelegraph and Cointelegram. And then Myrtle, is she here? No, she's not here. Okay. Oh, yeah, she's there. Hi. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, so because we're a small, intimate group, let's do something together, guys. Why don't we start off with the first question and then just go straight into the Q&A with you guys to make it interactive. Does that sound good to you all? Yeah? Okay, let's do that. So first and foremost, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. My name is Anna Tutova. I'm from Ukraine, and I'm CEO of Cointelegram. We have a group of companies. It's a news website, YouTube channel, and PR marketing agencies. So we help projects in the space with the promotion. As well, on our YouTube channel, we make a lot of interviews with the leaders of the crypto industry. We had recently Vitalik Buterin, founder of Ethereum. As well, we are making a documentary film about crypto. So we had the CZ, founder of Binance, Chas Hoskinson, founder of Cardano, Justin Sands, founder of Trons, and Deep Nelval, Polygon, and many others. And additionally, I'm partner at fintech company called KYC Pay. We have a marketplace of fintech solutions, and we help with opening of bank accounts, setting up payment gateways, and licensing. And great to be here today on this panel. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anna.
Thank you, Anna. You can hear me okay? Yes?
Yes.
So I'm Elias Ahonen, and I'm a blockchain author. I've been in the industry 10 years. I write for Cointelegraph as a regular contributor to the magazine, writing bigger, long-form articles about ideas. I've written 2 books about the blockchain industry. The latest was Blockland, which is a textbook of the last decade. I'm also a legal expert on metaverse and blockchain regulation, and I'm a director with Roku, which is a major exchange in Nigeria.
Thank you so much. All right. On to you, Myrtle.
Hello, everyone from the Philippines. So I am Myrtle Ramos. I wear many hats. I also own a PR and full pack marketing service here in the Philippines and HQ'd in Singapore. I'm also the official influencer of CoinMarketCap. And recently, I actually joined the founder and investor scout at Amazon Web Services. At the same time, the official host of Binance. And of course, I'm a scholar graduate of Draper University for blockchain thesis. I also have our own GameFi. We raised $2.4 million. Leading investor is basically Crypto.com and 40 VCs also. That's my introduction.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So anyone out here have a company or using marketing PR to grow your company? Anyone doing it for your personal reasons? Maybe grow your own social media following or something like that? Fantastic. We have a big influencer here, actually. So maybe we can just kick off, everyone, by talking about the basics, right? To be very honest, so Swissborg is a community of over 700,000 KYC users, but we still really don't get it. You know, how does PR marketing work? And really would love to ask you guys, there's so many different vehicles, different mediums, different type of forms of PR marketing that where do we start? Like, what are some of the basic tips that we should all understand and the differences, for example, video versus a banner versus a press article versus, you know, it's very complicated, all this. Do you want to kick off, Anna?
Yeah, so basically for any project, for any company, and as well if you are building your personal brand, you need to be visible in media, like in different publications and in social media as well. So basically some publications, articles in the media is what third parties, what others say about you, and it's your communication with the wider world, with the audience. And there are different types of promotion, and what we particularly do in Cointelegram, we help both companies and as well individuals who are building their personal brand and positioning themselves as experts. We help with publications in media, first of all, and there are different types of publications. So there are, for example, press releases, which are usually like some company announcements and updates, and this is what company tells about itself, or what individual tells about himself. And there are as well, like we specialize mostly on non-sponsored publications, and that means like what other media write about you and what other parties tell about you. And there is as well like some process of validation, verification whether like this or that company is legit or not. And as well, PR should go along much with the business development and with what's happening in the company. And I know like each startup project in the very beginning, everybody think that they're the best, and as well like everybody wants to have their company name or their personal name in the title of the article, but we should go from what will be interesting for the audience. When you have a new company, new startup, and nobody knows about it, like probably nobody will read that long-read article like fully with whether it will be said that like it's the best project and so on. So we should go probably from educational point of view, and like when it's a startup, it should be some feature articles implemented with the comparison of other leading projects in the industry, what will be engagement for the audience, and will be interesting to learn and to read something new. And like we should consider some catchy title to get the audience to read not just like the first paragraph, but the whole article. Another way of promotion is via influencers. So we do promotions via mostly YouTube and Twitter influencers, and now like everybody knows that video content is as well more engagement. People prefer to listen to some videos, podcasts, rather than to read articles, because, for example, they can listen to some videos simultaneously doing something else. And as well, there is a personal side when people trust to this or that their favorite influencer, what that influencer recommends. And the same in Twitter, like Twitter posts are quite short, and like you get the news pretty quickly, so it's as well another great way of promotion. And of course, each company should have their social media to attract community, to attract followers, and as well to make periodic updates on their social media about their activities, and as well like do cross promotions with other companies.
Thank you so much, Anna. Elias, you were telling me about purpose. You really like to emphasize the purpose of a company. So do you mind elaborating and adding some points on what was just said by Anna?
Sure. I mean, it's always interesting to talk about media and what that means, because really there's an identity crisis, right? I mean, if you pick up a newspaper as a consumer, what are you looking for? You're not, I mean, there are ads on the side which pay for the newspaper to be there, but you expect to receive news. You expect to receive information that is, you know, societally important for you to get. And there's, you know, journalistic ethics and all things that go into this. And then in the crypto space, every single project wants an article about, you know, like write about us, do an article about us, and they want to pay to write that article. And they don't necessarily want that to, you know, they don't want the reader to necessarily know that this is an advertisement. So when you, and I speak to the reader at this point, is, you know, when you read an article, you need to ask the question, who owns this publication? You know, what is their purpose in putting this article out? Are they trying to inform you? Do they care about you, the reader? Or are they making money because a project is paying them to write an article about that project specifically, and not some other project because this project paid $20,000 and the other project was only willing to pay $5,000. So you need to always understand what the source is and where the information is coming from. And the same goes for influencers. I mean, an influencer recommends a product, are they recommending it because they like it, or are they, paid to recommend it? And if they're being paid, are they, is that, disclosed? And should you expect it to be disclosed? Now, if we go to the corporate side of things, when you're a company and you want to spread your message or your product or whatever, it's the opposite of that. Now you want to pay influencers to pretend to like your product. You want, to bribe every media agency and reporter to write about your project. I mean, that's so there's always this disbalance, and I think crypto media especially, I don't know if suffers from it is the right word, but that's something to. So it's a matter of your own media strategy of how you want to approach it. I guess that answers some questions.
Thank you so much, Elias. Myrtle, on to you.
What's my question? Is it the same?
Yeah. So essentially, like some of the basics, it could be the do's and don'ts, across your experience with Blocktides. You guys have done amazing work when it comes to media PR, but maybe just the bare bones and the basics would be great.
So the bare bones is really being responsible. So, there's a lot of medias out there. According to Cointelegraph, what he said, of course, is true. So many people can pay when it comes to the story that you have for your company. But at the same time, it's really the public relations that you actually have, the community that you have. In Blocktides, we do have organic reach. We don't do any paid ads at all using our platforms. Because of our hard work when it comes to the 6 years, I told my team, we will not pay any ads. We will attract real users, real crypto users who really want to learn, at the same time, education. There's a lot of misinformation about blockchain and NFTs, as you know it, and there's a lot of influencers who's just actually promoting products at the same time when it comes to, because they're being paid, right? So that's why in our own project, so experience-wise, we don't want to pay influencers. I'm so happy that there's actually people who are actually playing our game, not through paid ads, not through paying them, but of course because they like it. So there's a lot of people who wants to actually grow their influencer platform or any social media in just a snap. But I will tell you the reality when it comes to growth hacking and in all your social media, it will take years for you to do that. So for you to be able to do this, of course, it's all about being responsible, at the same time being valuable to the community around you, because PR works in many ways. You can actually do social works at the same time. You can definitely go ahead and help many people through the company that you have.
Beautifully put, Myrtle. And I think what you said is really resonates with many, because there are levels to the game, right? And it's always long-term, adding value and doing it the organic way. I'm going to flip the script just a little bit, and then we can open up to you guys. We're in a bear market. People don't really have lots of budgets or have very low budgeting. Is that correct for any of you? Are you guys kind of worried about budgeting in terms of PR and marketing, especially in these markets? And you mentioned, Myrtle, earlier, something about trying to create something organic. And I know I'm going to give you a really tough curveball, but imagine one of these companies here, they don't have a great budget because of what's going on in the world, the macroeconomic situations, the crypto markets, but still want to create a presence. Do you have any specific tips or general tips that can help people start their journey and start becoming more and more popular online and growing their community?
As a company, it all starts with the founder. Why CZ is very important, right? Because he is out there. So as a company, you have the company, Elon Musk is also out there. So build your personal brand first. It all starts there because it's all free, right? So that's the tip that I can provide when it comes to your personal branding. And of course, when it comes to the budget, you can do cross promotions when it comes to the projects that are open, when it comes to collaboration. So that's the second one. And the third one is attend events. So at the same time, maybe you can attract investors. So this is not a financial advice, of course, but funding is really important when it comes to marketing, because marketing, when it comes to press releases, as we all know, is very expensive. So that's the organic ways that you can do it. So it all starts with yourself. At the same time, bring value to what you can offer the consumers.
Really lovely. So, just a quick follow-up question, Myrtle. Like in terms of planning their marketing budget, are you saying like 10%, 20%, 30%? You've probably seen so many crazy different examples, but what is an average, like roughly, on what people should plan for their marketing budget in the future?
So the estimate, it really depends on the budget. So mostly it's really like $1,000 since here in the Philippines, when you outsource in the Philippines, it's very, very cheap, right? That's why there's a lot of outsourcing companies here, the BPO. So that's why they're all here. And I don't want to brag, but of course, there's a lot of Filipinos who actually speaks straight English at the same time when it comes to business development and corporate experience. So know the right target, of course. It depends on your strategy. It's very cheap here when it comes to the Philippines, and we all know that even in the US, they're all actually going here to outsource talents.
Amazing. So cross-platform promotional tactics are really, really good if you don't have a budget, obviously. Elias, I'd love to ask you, so you're saying, why pay an influencer when he's talking about something he doesn't necessarily like intrinsically, right? And you said always think long-term in terms of the value providing to the community. Again, I'm sorry, it's a hard question. People don't have a lot of money. I'm broke as well. What should we do?
So I think generally speaking, people, and then this is kind of going against my own interest, from the journalistic perspective, but getting news articles out there, I don't think that grows your business much. And getting media exposure, I don't think that is what you need to aim for. And people have this idea that we need to get, if we get onto this in this newspaper, and if we get on CNN or whatever, we're going to have this onslaught of users and investors. And it doesn't work that way. You're not going to, people that are reading whatever news site, they're not signing up for every third or fourth company that is mentioned on the news site, but they become aware of it. So I think that there's really, we talk about growth hacking, but I think what you really need to do is you need to do the work. You need to actually build something that is, that solves real problems and become newsworthy. And then once you have 1 million users, once you're changing the world, then you're newsworthy and people will want to write about you. Then you don't have to chase people to, mention me, because you're already newsworthy and significant, and then that comes. And when you look at even the traditional market, companies put out press releases as a supporting thing. So when they, have their quarterly meeting or whatever and they issue their dividends, then there's a news article or a press release that refers to that, and it's a very much of a supporting thing. It's not something you can stand on. It's more of something in the background, and that goes back to your personal branding as a entrepreneur. You first have to be an entrepreneur. If someone's written an article about you, that that backs up your reputation a little bit, but it doesn't create it. So I would emphasize that it's not that the media creates you. It's you have to create something that becomes worthy of being in the media, and then it becomes a self-reinforcing cycle.
Beautifully put, Elias. And last comments from Anna as a closer?
Yeah, I agree with Elias. And as well, when it comes to media, it's not about user acquisition, but it's about trust. So if this or that media mentioned it gives trust to your company. And as well, of course, everything goes from business development. And like, if company does nothing happening with it, but it makes some publications in the media just general, nobody would care. But if you make partnerships with some big names, they will promote you, and like this way you can get a free promotion from those other companies, from the partnerships.
Give it up for our wonderful panel, guys. Myrtle, thank you so much. Anna, Elias, I'm so sorry I failed to make it interactive. Please talk to them directly. It just was so good. It went so fast, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the talk. And I'm just repeating myself again and again, but this is so heartbreaking always to be the guy telling, you need to stop now, because these talks and presentations are amazing. But now it's time for lunch. The lunch is served until 3:30, so please go now and continue networking over the lunch.